All right, let's talk about Batman. I had been asked about this since the casting. I remember when it first happened. It was Robert Pattinson is his name, and so many people had reached out to me like, "How you feel about the casting?" And I just want y'all to understand. Like, I'm not. I know actors and actors, but I'm not like a movie buff like that. Like definitely nowadays, I only really watch like comic book movies. That's pretty much it for the most well, yeah, most part. Like I'm not a buff like that. I don't get really into like the news unless it's somebody sends that information my way. I'm not one of those that are trying to figure out secrets and uncover those. And I'm really into like the Hollywood element and asking like how they like I don't know fantasize over these actresses or something like that. All that stuff is not my thing. So when he got Cat, I knew that name from like the Twilight stuff, um, and I didn't have a strong opinion because I didn't care. I'm like I don't know anything outside of that he was in, and I hadn't even seen that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what this dude's about. I have no opinion. I mean, they're coming up with a Batman. I think it's just weird that we're getting all these Batman right now. But hey, multiverse, right? Laziness. You can kind of do that. Don't have to really stick to nothing. Just make another one. But they are going with this whole year two Batman. We got a lot of information with DC fandom. By the way, that's what we're talking about. Sorry about that. We are talking about DC fandom. Yeah, and we saw the trailer and it looked intriguing. It looked like a decent job. I only saw it once since I shot this video, so I'm not doing this digging. Oh, look who that was in the background. Who are you gonna get? It seems that they only shot about like 25% of the movie before this virus thing happened, so they have a lot more to do. But we did get our first look also at I believe Selena. I think we saw her. She's not Catwoman yet. We saw tokenized Gordon. So we saw a little scene where Batman beat up a dude, looked pretty sick, and then he says something like, I forget what he said, some little one-liner, which sounded pretty decent. So look, the Batman's Batman. I know some of y'all are like crazy into that stuff, even though Batman's like he's literally my favorite comic book character. But I'm not a movie buff like a lot of you guys are, who just that's all you guys care about are movies and these depictions of these characters and in the movies, and I love that. I'm getting to see characters that I grew up with come to life, but I'm not gonna have such a strong opinion about that because it's just what it is. But it did look decent. It didn't look like crap or anything, and I think this could possibly surprise a lot of you guys in terms of how decent he is going to be in this movie, because I know because of the Twilight thing, a lot of folks are like, man, hey, can he pull this off? Is this something that he's going to be able to do? And it does look like he is going to be able to do that. And like I said, even me, I was like, oh, this looks believable. Year two, kind of, I don't want to say unorthodox appearance of Batman. It's not like beginning Batman, origin Batman. The Matt Reeves seemed to really, that's his name, right? The director that we heard talking. Like, it doesn't seem like they're focusing at all on the origin. This is an origin story. This is year two Batman, and the it's early on, obviously, in Batman's career in crime fighting in this regards as Batman, but it's not necessarily a thing that is an origin film. So it kind of sits right there in the middle. So people are learning about Batman, and that's an interesting take. And I guess that's one way to keep it fresh, because that seems to be with the arrogance of these directors and the arrogance of these producers. Like, that's what it's about with them, is that they have to leave their own imprint. And I guess that's one way to do it without completely crapping on the character and making him not even a shell of himself. So I hope that's what they're going for. Like, we want a believable Batman. We're just we're putting him in a new setting, and just stick to what makes Batman great. Don't try to do too much with it. Don't try to go too fast. Don't try to be too pacey with it. Just let Batman be Batman, and I don't see how the movie could possibly do wrong. But we will see. I will say I'm excited. I'm stoked. Maybe, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Of course, I'll be one of the guys to see it, and it looks pretty decent. So y'all guys kept asking me about that, and I think it's because Batman is my favorite character. So you think I have an uber strong opinion, but I gotta see it in its entirety. It is a trailer. Trailers can be hyped up. Trailers can say a lot, show a lot. But maybe that's not really what you're gonna get in the final product. We will see. But so far, So good. All right, bro. So you may have seen some commenters on my videos with these cool little badges next to their names. These are my members, or Macs as we call them. The badges change depending on how long you've been a Mac. For as little as 99 cents a month, you can become a Mac and get access to a bunch of cool emotes that you can use during our crazy live streams. There are currently 4 different tiers of memberships, and one even gets you 50% off in the merch store. For more information on becoming a Mac, head over to my YouTube homepage and click the join button near the top of the page.